Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Thank you very much for accepting to be our guest speaker for today. I will just brief you on what the meetings are all about and who is organizing the meeting. The meeting is organized by F25 and La Diaspora Cameroonese. F25 is a non-profit video production organization based in the US for now, but we are trying to open a branch in Cameroon. As part of our mission, we provide learning platforms for Africans. Let's accept that our education system is not the best, so we give to our audience what they are not able to learn in school or what many people neglect in our society. That's will bring influential people together. That's people of goodwill, volunteers, to broaden the minds of our audience on a variety of issues, especially when it comes to career orientation. So this week, we are going to be talking about real estate, how to start and grow a career in real estate, right? So we are happy to have you here. You will just do a brief introduction of yourself, and then after that, we dive right in. Claire, so you just do a brief introduction of yourself, and then we'll dive right into your presentation. Just to acknowledge, before you, sorry for interrupting, just to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Simon PM. Mr. Simon is also a real estate entrepreneur. Mr. Simon, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. Madam Stephanie, Madam Wang, you can go ahead with your introduction.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry if you're going to be getting some noise from my background. I live in an area where there are a lot of kids around. So I just apologize for that. And I'm called Guang Stephanie, and I'm a real estate entrepreneur. I am also an agri-technician by profession, a cooperative management technician by certificate. I've worked as a bourser, I've worked as a marketer, a customer representative, and I am in the industry of real estate. That is my career. That is what I have decided to do till my days on earth are over. And I think that will be that for now. Anything that you want to know more about me, I can tell you in private because it's actually a very long introduction. So this is just what I'm going to say about who I am.
Okay. All right. So you just tell us what real estate is, what's it all about, and then you said your presentation is going to be on PowerPoint. Maybe you would love to share your screen or something.
Okay. Yes, I'm going to share my screen.
Okay.
Yes. So when I share my screen, I just go ahead with the presentation, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. All right. Let me share my. Okay. Can everyone see?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes, we can see it.
So, all right. Thank you. So good evening again to everybody that is participating on this session. I'll be talking to us today about how you can start and grow a career in real estate. And like I earlier introduced myself, I am Guang Stephanie and a real estate entrepreneur. Before we get into our topic of today, I would like to define real estate in my own terms. Real estate is and any permanent structure attached to it or built on it. It could be natural or man-made. For instance, we have water, we have minerals, we have crops, and we have homes. So if you want a career in real estate, you know, people must know you before they can buy from you, before they can listen to what you have to say, before they can even try to know what do you do in life or what you must make them know that you exist. So for you to start a career in real estate, it requires that you should have passion. You must be somebody that has patience. And above all, you must understand the timing in real estate. When I say the timing in real estate, I mean there is this time in real estate where some people just come to invest and they think that when they invest, they're going to maybe start earning money immediately, or they're going to start seeing their profits immediately. Or people want to build their careers in real estate, they will think that when they start building, maybe by tomorrow, maybe they must have been at the second or the third level. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So I was saying that you need to understand the timing in real estate. And if you don't have patience in this career or in this industry, you will not make it, because there are times that it has it's and it's low time. So when it's time that maybe people say business is slow, what do? You will need to improvise to know that now it's time for you to strategize to get customers, maybe to do more of marketing or to do more of branding of your career, or to learn more or follow industries and get mentorship from your mentors. So you need to really have passion. You need to understand the timing, and then you need to be patient. And for you to also start this career, that's the second point, you need to show up, connect, and collect. When they say show up, connect, and collect, it means you need to attend seminars, you need to attend training, you need to, when you attend a training, you don't just go to trainings and then you sit and then you're quiet. You don't interact with people to know whom is sitting next to you, what the person does in life, and maybe how experienced or the person's level of expertise in real estate. So when you show up for seminars, trainings, you connect with people, and then you collect the numbers, because you definitely have to have a contract with them, do business with them, and then that's where you collect the money from them, because the money people look for is in others. You cannot work in real estate alone. So it's very important for you to show up, attend seminars, and interact with other people. And then you also need to follow expert in this industry. Like we have Grant Cardone, we have Stephen Akintayo, we have Donald Trump, we have Grace Ofure, we have Robert Kiyosaki, Brian Tracy, and so many of them. So when you follow experts in real estate, if you can even start from Cameroon and follow people who are already into real estate, like myself, and we also have HDN Connect. There are so many of them. You can go on Facebook, you type real estate in Cameroon, you'll see so many of them. You can begin to follow the ones that are really topping or that are really producing, because not everybody that's in the field that is actually producing. So you follow experts in the real estate field so that you will learn from them. You can correct your mistakes from them. Some of them have already made mistakes that they will tell you before you even get into it. So you avoid to repeat the mistakes that others have made, and it's going to set you at a better pace. And then you can also start by becoming a broker. You can become a broker. That's how you can start a career in real estate. Now, for you to become, like I said, when you attend occasional seminars and trainings, you connect with brokers, connect with people in the industry, not just with any kind of person. You're connecting with people who are already in the business, so that they are going to mold you and they're going to bring you up in the business. So you can also start as a broker. They call it here in Cameroon as agent, demarche, as they call it. You can also start like that, and you're going to grow, and you grow your business in real estate. These points that I'm giving us, they are just blueprints, because we cannot explain everything detailedly on how you can become a real estate entrepreneur or a real estate guru, but you must start from somewhere. The ladder has steps. We must always start from the first ladder. So you need to. Okay, let's continue. So I was saying that for you to create a career in real estate, you really need to follow the experts who are in the industry so that you can learn from them. And then you also need to start now. And when I say start now, I mean that you have to start investing now in real estate. Like you have to start buying now, so that you can also grow the business. And if you're unable to with others, you can share the knowledge that you have in real estate. So you must start now. Either you're buying now, you're investing.
Your volume is not good.
Now, or you're sharing the knowledge that you have.
Hello, Madam Stephanie. Your volume is not good. It seems like your network is breaking.
In real estate.
Can you hear me?
Understand? I don't know if everybody can see me.
Yeah, I'm getting you. So, I said your voice is breaking.
Somebody's trying to call. That's why it's breaking. Can you hear me?
Yes, I said your voice is breaking. Your voice is breaking.
I can get you now.
Okay.
Probably it's network. Somebody was trying to call me. That's why, please.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Can you hear me? Hello. Can you
hear me?
I can hear.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
You mute that thing that is making noise. So I would say that the best time for you to invest in real estate is 5 years ago, and the
I think
second
the
best
host,
time.
I think the host should mute. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you for
thank you.
that.
At least there's some
Okay,
peace now. The best time
okay.
for you to invest in real estate is 5 years ago, because when you look at real estate, you see that it appreciates with time. So the second best time for you to invest in real estate is now. So, okay, if you, now that you have known that for you to start your career in real estate, you need to have the passion, you need to be patient, you need to understand the timing, you need to connect with industry so that you can learn from them. So now, how do you grow your career in real estate? How do you grow your career? You know, for you to grow your career, you need mentorship. You will need the right habits. You need to invest in commercial real estate. You invest in real estate that's going to be giving you money like monthly, yearly. They call it commercial real estate, cash flow or passive income. And you also need to be consistent and resilient. So for you to grow your career in real estate, you say that you have to take mentorship. Either you are seeking for it or you pay for it. If you cannot pay for it, you can decide to work for your mentor so that he's going to mentor you in the process. And when you take mentorship, you're going to acquire superior knowledge in this industry of real estate, and it's going to set you apart, and it's going to make you to stay relevant in the industry. Also, you need to practice the right habits, and these right habits are the peak, we call them like peak performance habits. This habit will set you apart as well. And the habits include discipline. You need to be determined. You need to read books. You need to watch YouTube videos on real estate. So when you have data, you don't just need to go to online or to social media and you're watching people's status, or you go to TikTok and you're just watching videos. You need to discipline yourself, and then you watch YouTube videos every day on real estate. If you go to YouTube and you follow some of these experts, I earlier mentioned their names like Cardone, Stephen Akintayo, you follow them. When you follow them, you will see that they have a lot of educative contents that they have given on YouTube for people who do real estate. So that's how you can learn from them. And apart from watching videos on YouTube, you need to also set your goals. Those are also some good habits that for you to grow your business. You need to set goals. You need to acquire skills that are going to help you to grow. I'm just listing this blueprint because if you have to go into each point, it's actually going to be longer. So I think maybe some other time in the future, we're going to create time to really take a particular point and we talk about it and we expand on it. But for now, just get the blueprint. So when you acquire the skills in real estate, it is actually going to help you to grow because you'll be able to make sales. You'll be able to talk to customers, and you'll be able to even teach them. Like you educate them before they invest, you tell them what to do and what not to do. You can educate them about the law in real estate. And then when you have clients, you have to follow them up and follow them through. There's a difference between following a customer up and following that customer through. If you cannot follow a customer through, it will be a short-term something. But following a customer through, it means that even if the person says no, or if the client says wait, you don't take no or wait for an answer. You know that it means that the person can still buy. Because I have the mentor I have in real estate, he once said that he had a client that he had been following for 10 years before that client was able to even buy a property. And that was one of his biggest sales that he has ever made in the history of real estate. So following through, it means that you keep following the customers for years, for months, and you don't stop, you don't quit like following them through. And then you also follow them up. Also make sure that you practice commercial real estate. That is, if you are already financially stable, that you can start practicing. You buy lands in bulk and then you build apartment, like many of them. You want to build a house, you can build like 10, you can build like 50, you can build like 100 of them, so that you can actually get the profit or gain from it. I want to talk about hectares of land. Let me just give one example of how you can make money in real estate if you have to buy in bulk. For instance, if you say you buy a hectare of land for 8 million, a hectare of land is 20 plots. And that 20 plot means that one plot is 500 meters square. And you decide that, okay, now that you have 20 plots that you have bought for 8 million, you want to sell each plot for 2.5 million, and you take 2.5 times the 20 plot, you're going to have 50 million, which means that if you remove the 8 million that you spent in buying that heck of land, you'll be left with 42. Am I right? Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, you're right.
Okay. All right. So I was saying that if you take 2.5 million times 20 hectares, times 20 plots, you're going to have 50 million, which means that 50 million minus 8 million will give you 42 million. So in you buying in bulk, you have made a profit of 42 million. And believe me, if you had to put that 8 million in the bank, even after 10 years, you will not be able to make that kind of profit in the bank. Am I lying?
All right. I will say if you're right or wrong because I haven't tried.
Okay, all right. But you answering means that you're following, but you can find out and do some practical calculation about it. All right.
All
So
right.
that what I'm actually saying is buying in bulk is more profitable than buying one unit. But it doesn't mean that you who is able to buy one unit, you should not buy. You can still buy and then you hold the property for some time and then you sell afterwards. That is called land banking. You understand? So you buy, you hold the property. After some time, you sell at a higher price than you bought that piece of land. Or let me give an example. You buy a piece of land now for 2 million. After 1 year, maybe you sell for 5 million. You're going to make profit, or you sell for 4 million. So that's how you grow. You grow by buying in bulk and buying real estate that is going to give you money back. And when they say real estate is going to give you cash flow, it means that you can buy properties like apartment or a city somewhere where you collect rent monthly. That is going to be giving you money every month for as long as you still have that property and you have not decided to sell it out. So that's how you grow your career in real estate. Also, you have to be consistent and resilient in the sense that you keep up, you don't quit. You keep doing what you have been doing. You read your books, you follow experts, you attend seminars, you practice what you learn, and then you evaluate yourself, and then you correct the mistakes you have made, and then you keep on like that. You keep doing it like that, and then resilience now means in case where you find maybe you're stuck up, you're in a situation where you don't know what to do. You need to improvise, like you need to be creative. For instance, if you were supposed to meet with a client today to sell a piece of land and that client did not come, what next will you do? Will you not be productive for the because a client has not come? No. You can just go ahead, maybe to keep advertising the properties that are available, or you can decide to take a course online, or you could decide to maybe read a book that is going to give you more sense in real estate. So being consistent is one of the most important that's going to keep you in the industry. I don't know if you're following or you're getting me, please.
Yes, I'm getting you quite clear.
Okay. So you need to be consistent, and then you stop being everywhere. You stop being everywhere. What it really takes for you to create and build a career in real estate. You need to really be focused. Like I said, you need to be consistent. And then you create educative content on your social media platforms. You also have to have a social media presence where you also do business on online and offline, because now we're in a digital age where you have to be online to be able to make people know that you exist and this is what you do. To conclude, we are going to see that for you to actually start and build a career in real estate, you must know your purpose. You must be a passionate somebody. You must be patient. You must get mentorship so that you can be productive and you can stay relevant in the market, and you'll be able to meet up with the competition. Then you have to also evaluate yourself from time to time. Which area are you lacking in? Is it in the area of marketing? Is it in the area of studies or of learning? Is it, you have to try like that. You evaluate yourself time and again. If you see that it's in the area of networking, good. You can go out, you do network, and then you connect with people so that each time they have clients, they can also refer to you. Or if there is a seminar somewhere that you have no idea about, they can still tell you, or you can still share knowledge, or you do business together even. So you have to keep evaluating yourself. You set goals and you meet them. And then always remember to seek for advice from an expert. Never invest without marketing research, because if you venture into investment in real estate when you have not done your marketing research, you would think that real estate is a scam. It's always good to have a good knowledge of something before you get into it, so that you will not fall in the wrong hands and you will not make mistakes that people have made before. So always do your marketing research before you invest. And then investing in real estate that gives you passive income is one of the best real estate for you to invest in. This is called commercial real estate. And an example like I earlier gave is you investing in apartments, cities, or a hotel or something that people will pay you rent every month, like frequently. We keep collecting money every month. And I know some people might be wondering that how can I invest in something like a building or buy in bulk when I don't have much money? If you do not have much money and you have small money in the bank, you can take a loan from the bank. In real estate, it is not even advised for you to use just your money, only your money. You use other people's money, which is money in the bank. You take loans, you invest them, and then you grow. You grow the money while you pay your debts, and then you also make your profits from the bills or the money that the tenants are going to pay. Are we together?
Yeah, we are together. Please ride on.
Okay. So that's how you can invest in buildings if you do not have the money, or if you have friends whom you can call on a property. Like when you say call on a property, like you people can come together, you bring up the amount of money, and then you buy the building, and then you all invest in it, and then you can call on it. You can also come together as friends, and then you own hectares of land, and then when you sell, you can share the profit together, and then you keep investing, just like that you reinvest the money you have made. They call it plow back your capital into the business, so that you keep growing and expanding. If we are to do some calculations here, seriously, you will not believe the kind of money you're going to make in real estate. I always say that everything you look for in this world is found in real estate. If you're looking for riches, it is in real estate. If it is cars you're looking for, you will have it from real estate. If it is mansions you're looking for, whatever thing it is you're looking for on this earth, real estate can give it to you. So I think it is very important to be consistent, to keep reading, learn, so that you stay at the same level with people who are already in the industry, and you will not be outsmarted by anybody. Remember that real estate is not for quitters. It is only for people who have the patience to go through it. I think I'll end here for some questions. I see we're already into 38 minutes gone, though we had some small challenges while sharing our screen. This is the little blueprint I brought for us to talk about today. Some other time we're going to be expanding on the points, and then with some other points that I did not put them here. But for now, this is what I gathered to share with us this evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam
Well, you
Stephanie. Thank you
spoke
very much.
greatly. You spoke great, Stephanie. This is Akili Prince, all the way from Dubai. How are you?
I'm fine.
Hi,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Hi, Prince. Thank you very much for joining. Wow, nice to see you.
Yeah, I had to make it to this special online event, and I really like that Stephanie is sharing this so much knowledge that it's going to help a lot of you young guys. For me, I'm a licensed property consultant here in Dubai. I'm already selling properties. I'm already renting properties. I'm doing so well in Dubai. I have basically no issues. I can tell you for a fact that back home where you guys are, you have a lot of potentials, because for me, what I'm doing, I'm here just to raise money so I can come back and reinvest it into real estate. I have no plan B, like, okay, if I make money, where do I want to invest? Okay, it's only real estate that has been on my mind. Before I even left Cameroon to come to Dubai, it was real estate that was on my mind. I was like, I'm going out there making that money, and I'm returning back to Cameroon and investing it into real estate. So for what I have learned and during my experience here in Dubai, like she said, the best way you can grow is as a community. You can always grow if you're together. If you want quick growth, it's when you're together. If you're standing alone, there's going to be very slow growth, very, very slow growth. I can assure you that. But if you come together, like what she said, if you put 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or things together, they can buy a piece of plot, which you can sell that piece of plot after a while. You will realize a great amount of potentials that you will wish you had known or reinvest or do this investment 5 years ago. Trust me, because they always say the best time to invest in real estate is now. I have a piece of plot where I bought that in 2018, and that's around in Douala, but this, how they call this area again is in Banga, something like that. And I bought this piece of plot. It was 400 square meters that was about to be sold, but I begged the guy, like, I just need 200 square meters. And he was like, no, we cannot sell these 200. I said, I only need 200 square meters. Right now, I am so happy because I sent someone to go check on the land, and they said they need that piece of plot. The person who bought the other 200 square meters wants to buy my other 200 square meters, which if I decide to sell it, because they're already asking me like, how much do you need? I know how much I bought. I bought that thing for like, let's say total amount I spent paying every other person and everything. That was like a 1.8. I know for a fact, that was 2018. I know for a fact if I want to sell, because he badly needs it, he wants to expand. He wants to expand to the other side. Like he wants to build other apartments so he can rent. So I already know that it's of a high potential for him, which means for me, that's land banking, like what Stephanie clearly said. Land banking is very important for us all to know. One way our parents can easily raise money for us. I, for one, I have a great story to tell you. My mother bought a piece of plot in 2004. And by the time we got to 2012, she bought that piece of plot for 450,000. I think I still have the paper with me back in our family house there. And appreciating over time, that property, that piece of plot around 2012 was evaluated at 2.5 million. How much is that? You think if we had taken that 450,000 and put in the bank, it will appreciate to that level? No, because a lot of people think to buy land, it takes a lot. It takes very little. It's just sacrifice, and it's patient capital. Like what she said, patient capital. You must have patience in order to grow in the business. So if you choose, there are two ways. Like if you choose to be an investor, you become an investor. If you choose you want to become an agent, you can become an agent. And you can still be an agent and still buy homes. There are agents in Dubai that are making good commission slacks, and they take that money and reinvest it in buying apartments here in Dubai. Me, I'm not buying any apartment here in Dubai. Though the market, it's great. For now, I've not made that money to be able to buy an apartment, because a studio apartment in Dubai, it's roughly about, let me keep it at around 80 million, just a studio apartment. So I cannot buy a studio apartment here in Dubai. I'd rather take that 80 million, go back to my country where I know I can open a community. I can open a community with other friends. We can put our resources together and start up something great. So that's it. So you can imagine whatever thing she has been able to explain here, it's great knowledge. Trust me, it's great knowledge. And as a real estate person, one key, if you're an agent, if you choose to become an agent, one key thing you must always have in your mind is communication skills. Exactly. If you're shy, you cannot succeed in real estate. If you're a shy person, if you think you see people and you don't have that people skills, you cannot interact, you cannot enter and meet people and try to bring up a conversation, then that's already point one, like -1 for you. Okay, you so you must know how to. You should know how to choose skin. There's a way that you can go in, But yeah, like there is a way you can go in and just merge the whole thing, and you find yourself growing within that community or that circle. But you must be very patient, because building a relationship is not a day job. You should know the person that you're about approaching. Now, let's say, for example, a client reach out to you and say, I am interested in your piece of plot which you advertise. Now, the very first thing, or maybe let's say you're selling a house, the very first thing I would like to know, is this person a family? Is this person a family person that, wants to buy this for maybe for personal use, or maybe they want to buy it for investment purpose? Those are the things that you have to know about your client, because maybe he might be coming in to buy it for personal purpose, but it doesn't suit that option. It's even if his budget is like that, but you can propose something which is more for personal use, more for family use. Okay, maybe he's an end user. Let me put it that way. So if he is not an end user, you will be best at the position to advise your client and say, see, this property you want to buy, it's not for an end user. It is good to buy and put it in the market, get rental incomes out of it. But you have to know all this if you are knowledgeable. It means you need to know your industry where you come from, or the industry where you have decided to grow your career in. Okay. Now, another thing is location. I see on Facebook a lot of Cameroonian agents are always, some are advertising property in Dokoti. Another one, that same person is advertising in Idina. Another, that same agent is advertising a property in Yaoundé. Trust me, if you call that agent and say, that property in Yaoundé, do you know the exact location? Can you send me a Google location where that property is located? Like, have you been, can you tell me about the roadmap, the nearest highway? He will tell you he doesn't know, because where is he situated? Within Dokoti. He knows anything about Dokoti, but he doesn't know about Idina or Yaoundé. So you must choose a particular location if you want to work as an agent. Know your base, where you can best tell if there is growth within your area or there's been a decline in purchase. Okay, so it's very good to always know your locations. Just specialize in one location. Don't channel your resources to 50 places. You're advertising a property in Bamenda, and they tell you, okay, we have to go for land survey in that Bamenda. Yeah, you say, okay, I will call one of my guys who is there to go and represent me. You're not an agent. You're just some person that is doing whatever thing. So you should stay in your base. When you stay in your base and you grow within your base, you realize something. A lot of the landlords around there, who, when they have a property, they will contact you to say, okay, you know what? I think you can advertise my property quickly and get me the best client or the best tenant for it. And that's you now becoming a chief or a king within your area as per real estate is concerned. Okay, so those are some of the things that we have to always keep in our mind. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Ekili. That's really, really, in fact, after what you've just said, I'm thinking of establishing myself in real estate, because it's so appetizing. I mean, anyone listening to you would think it's very easy, but all of us know the hard work, the sleepless nights, the energy and everything it takes to put in place all these, right?
That is it. That is it.
So as a real estate entrepreneur in Dubai, you're not actually in your country or
I'm not an
hometown.
entrepreneur. I'm not an entrepreneur yet.
Okay.
I'm not an entrepreneur yet. I am just a real estate property consultant. I'm a property consultant, a licensed, a Dubai licensed, Dubai licensed property consultant.
So what are the difficulties you're encountering there in Dubai?
Okay, I will tell you. Okay, the first
what
thing
kind
first,
of problems do your clients bring to you? Or like, what kind of property do your clients prefer? I mean, or just give us a scope.
Okay, so I'll tell you, the very first thing is language barrier. Like right now, as I'm talking to you, I have a client I have been communicating with by translating from English to Russian to send to her via WhatsApp, and she will reply me via Russian. I will translate it back to English. So language barrier is like the major thing. Okay. I had a client, and I don't speak French well, though I can read French and understand it, but I cannot write the French perfectly. So that's other thing. I did rent an apartment to one French lady. She came in, she was very beautiful. She loved the apartment at first sight. She made one check payment. That was like 55,000. I think in CFA, it should be around 8 million for that apartment rental for 1 year. And so she gave the check and everything. It was so perfect. She liked the fact that I could still speak a little bit of French, but I did tell her, like, see, I can't speak French perfectly. And we did the communication perfectly and were able to close that deal. So one of the major things is language. The second thing that I face in this business is cultural diversity. Okay. Now, a client who is Indian would rather prefer an Indian to close a deal with. You see, because they feel that an Indian will understand them better. Okay. So now, this, because they have a thing that it's called vastus. I don't know, for us as Africans, we don't believe in that, but some of us do. They have a certain belief. I have a client, I'm telling you what I am currently facing now, okay? I have a client that is asking me if that property has its vastu compliance. And I don't know how to even check if it's vastu compliance because I'm not in their region of beliefs. So I had to contact the landlord, and the landlord is like, this is not vastu compliance. So already I've lost a client because there is no way I can understand vastu compliance, right? So that's already gone for me. Now, the second thing I get to face is you have a client with the money, with the budget.
Yes.
So the client tells you the budget is 10 million. He wants a property. No, let's say 50 million. He wants a duplex for 50 million. And the area where he wants that duplex is around Bunamusadi. Trust me, you cannot get a duplex in Bunamusadi for 50 million. It's not possible because we know already the value, the land already around Bunamusadi is around 30 million. So 20 million cannot even build a duplex around that area, which means that money, it's not good for that value. But if he wants a duplex, maybe in the outskirts of the city, really far, let's say around Suza area, okay, you probably might get something around that range. Now, when you advise these clients, they won't want it. They will tell you, no, they don't want to invest around that area. They want it in the heart of the city. So how do you come to bring these clients to an understanding that their budget, that's where he can afford. He cannot afford around Burj Khalifa. A client will tell me, I want that Burj Khalifa view. Even if they're seeing the tip of Burj Khalifa, that's all they want. They're willing to pay for that tip of Burj Khalifa. So we need to always know that clients will disturb us with the budget, but we cannot provide them what they want for that budget. And what can we do at that point? Always be ready to advise the client. Advise the client to give them different options, prepare yourself for different options for that budget and slightly above the budget. And trust me, one way or the other, the client is going to settle for one of those options. Okay?
All right.
That's how it is, yeah.
You.
Then I think I would say when I started, one other major thing was I was new inside real estate. So when a client asks me if I have an off-plan property, I had only secondary market. Now, maybe you guys will, let me break it down. So off-plan properties are properties that, this is a sample. I'll just say this as a sample. So this is a sample. I'll show you. I want to build this house. I'm showing you a sample. Where do I want to build this house? I want to build this house in Bunamusadi. And you'll be like, in Bunamusadi. So when do you think you will finish building this house? Okay, I will finish building this house 2025. But I need your money now. Can you buy this now? So I will hand this property, I will construct it and hand it over to you by 2025. And if you trust me well enough, you give me the money, right, to build this property. So this is an off plan because it's not existing. I'm only showing you a paper sample of the property. I've not built it. Yes, so that's off plan. Some clients want this off plan, and majority of this off plan is always sold out because an off plan comes cheaply in the market. You know, if I'm advertising something to you that I don't have it at hand, like you cannot see it physical, the bank cannot evaluate it, right? So the price for it is like risky money which you want to buy. So that's off plan. But when that property is finally constructed and you can see it, you can touch it, you can feel it, you can move in, and people want to rent it, then the bank can come in and evaluate that property. The value for it goes up. So at that point, most people will want to buy at off plan and sell it when it's secondary market.
All right. Thank you very much.
Secondary market is what we are practicing in Cameroon. When people buy, probably they use it, then they decide to sell it, or somebody will build and decide to sell it. So those are all secondary market, but the primary market is only off plan. That's how it is. Yeah.
All right. All right. So we have another real estate, someone who is into real estate. I don't want to say real estate entrepreneur, whereas maybe he's also a consultant, Mr. Nicke. I don't know if that's the pronunciation of your name. Nicke, right? Is it Nicke Simon?
Yes, Nicke Simon.
Voila.
Good,
Simon is
brother.
also a real estate entrepreneur. Thank you very much for coming. Please chip in something.
Speak. I'm here.
All
if
right.
you have any question, I'm willing to answer. I'm always open to answer.
All right.
Okay. Talking to you right now, I'm Mr. Nicke Simon. I'm a social entrepreneur. And also, I would say that I am new into real estate. They call me financial evangelist. And I decided to venture into real estate, firstly, because of I actually admired a lot of persons like the speaker of today, Ms. Ngwang Stephanie, which I'll celebrate her because I've been admiring what she's doing. And also Mr. Agbo Hernandez, who just joined us, HDN Connect. Yeah, these are people that I've actually been learning a lot from them. I am new into real estate. Like I'll say I literally know nothing about real estate. I just decided to venture into it, but I know that I'm somebody which when I decide to do something, then I go into it professionally and I don't just go and do it. I seek for knowledge. And that is why I decided to join this Zoom so that I can also learn from people and also create a community of persons who have the same mindset like me, people who have already made it maybe, or who have gone far in the industry. And as we were talking, I already went on Facebook and I sent even a friend request to Ekili Prince just to already start creating the network, just start connecting there and there. So that is actually it. I'm just new into real estate. I really have nothing to say, or I just came in to learn. And if I have something to say, is a question which I would like to direct it to the speaker of today, which is Ms. Ngwang Stephanie. All right. I want to ask if I want to, like me, I'm just starting into real estate. What I do is that I'm a business consultant. I'm a professional marketer also, and I'm a public speaker. So I've built a lot of influence. People know me as a business consultant, as a financial coach, or many more. But now that I want to get into real estate, what really do I need? Like, what is the basic, or what is the first thing that I must do in order to get started with my real estate career? Okay, Mr. Prince, maybe you want to help me.
Hello?
Can I answer?
It's okay, you can answer. I was about to answer him, but you can answer.
No, if you're available, I thought, okay, see, what you need first, the good thing is you already have the drive. If you have the drive, that's already like the foundation of it. Now, I can tell you that if you have a budget, you can start by buying a piece of plot. That's it. You can start by buying one piece of plot. If you can buy one piece of plot, you will find yourself.
Wait, sorry for cutting you short. I want to start like an agent first.
You want to start like an agent?
Demarcher.
Okay. Well, for us here in Dubai, you go through your training, then you get your license before you can practice. You can practice as a real estate agent. Now, in Cameroon, it's only if you start doing your research. You have to do your research, and you need to know your land, the area where you want to specialize in. I will not advise that you're working from, maybe if you want to do Littoral, do Littoral. It's okay. I'm not saying just do only within one section of Douala. No, you can do Douala. It's very big. Yes, you can do the whole of Douala as long as you know it. If you know Limbe, you can do the whole of Limbe. If you know Boya, you can do the whole of Boya. But the thing there is the very first part. You already have this ability to speak. You can professionally address anyone. You can meet any person and, you know, be bold enough to express yourself. That's one key aspect. Then the second one is knowing your area. The third one is know what you want to deal in. Do you want to focus only on lands, or do you want to find homes that are available for rentals? Then you start looking for clients who wants to rent. Then through that means you can do the exchange and get your commission. I don't know now in Cameroon, I don't know if you guys charge commission on rentals, but we do charge commission on rentals here in Dubai. I know for sure that you guys charge commission on your sales. So that alone keeps you on the pace to go. Stephanie, please.
All right, thank you for answering that question. And if you want to become a real estate agent in Cameroon, first of all, I recommend that you join or you connect with the already existing agent. Practice what they practice, not just any kind of agent, because we also have an agent that do the wrong business. Get the people who are professionals in the field. Work with them. When they are going to the field, you go with them. See what they do in the field. See how they do their business. Because online, you will need to have maybe your pitch in the long run. In addition to your profile, you start letting people know that, okay, now you're into real estate and you're building a career. What you learn in real estate, you share with others on Facebook or on Twitter, LinkedIn, whichever social media you find yourself in. And then while you're sharing with people on Facebook or online, you also need to back it up with an offline result. Like you have to be productive offline, because offline you need to like maybe do a door-to-door knock. Who is talking, please? Offline, you need to do a door-to-door knock to know who has a property to sell or who wants to buy. That's an extreme strategy that not everybody can do it. It's only for people who are really strong. If you cannot do it, you can put the properties online, like I earlier said, you put them online for people who can see, because online you're going to reach a variety of people within a short period of time. But doing it offline, you need to take a bit of time, because you have to do one-on-one. And for you to become a good real estate agent in Cameroon, you have to read books. Everything we are looking for in this life is in books. You have to read books. They are expert in the industry, like I earlier said. Grant Cardone, if you have a pen, you can write down. You can write down the name of these people I'm calling you. Follow them on YouTube. Follow them on Facebook and LinkedIn. We have Grant Cardone. We have Stephen Akintayo. We have Grace Ofure of Nigeria. We have Donald Trump. We have Robert Kiyosaki. There are so many of them. I can give you the other names maybe after this. But these few,
and
these
we have
five.
Wonder Boy in Ghana.
Yes. So you can follow these people. They always have educative content or YouTube videos that they put up. Some of them teach you what to look for in the property when you want to buy. Some of them will teach, okay, if you want to invest, this is how you should invest. They also give you serious tips on how to discover that a property is not a genuine one. Or they will tell you that when you see this in real estate, know that this is a red flag. So it's good that you follow experts. You also learn and copy from them. And when you're following people already in the industry, you share what the content they have. You like it. You also comment, because what you do to them is what they're going to do to you. If you keep sharing their content and you keep following them, they would intend, since they're already in the industry and they already have a large population that follows them, they'll definitely talk about you someday and people get to know you. So all you need to do now is for people to know that this is what you now do. Because if they do not know you and if they do not like you, they will not buy from you. If they do not trust you, they will not buy from you. So there's a lot that you have to do for people to know that this you do real estate, and this is the kind of real estate that you do. That is after you choosing your niche, like Mr. Kiri actually said. I think that's what I can say for now. Then you remember that you have to keep learning. That's the secret. You keep learning, and then you have to be consistent. Sorry, my son has cold and he will not leave my side. So you keep learning. I don't know if you're following.
Real estate, you said it clearly. You said it clearly.
Yes,
Yes.
Real estate is all
I'm
about
getting.
real estate is all about constant learning. Okay, so you never cease to learn. Every single day, even after I leave the office, I'm done with the viewings with the clients and everything, and I come back home, I'm constantly learning. She mentioned Grace Ofore and Stephen Akintayo. Stephen Akintayo was here in Dubai. He even opened a real estate hub here, GTEX hub, which it's amazing. They're doing great. They have to start their own construction here too in Dubai. So I believe in a couple of years, let's say maybe 2 or 3, I believe he was advertising for 2025. The apartment complex is going to be ready and they'll start selling off. And I live in one of the estate where he also sold some properties when it was off plan. So he made mention about that in his teachings. Those things, if you go and find out, you will learn a lot. You need to follow them. Follow them on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, all their videos. Whenever you see them come live, trust me, whenever you see them come live, stay live. You will have, you will get a lot of knowledge that it will help raise your career to a point where if you meet a client, it's not all about selling a property or it's not all about renting a property. It's all about giving value. So if you get value from them, it impacts you and you can give back that value to other clients that will approach you and you will know how to go through the system. Branding yourself, it's one thing. You need to, like she said, create yourself, your profile in a way that people, when they mention your name, let them know what comes next. So that there was a question one time I was watching his live, that's Stephen Akintayo, and he asked a question. He said, ask yourself, when people mention your name, what do they know? What do they see? What image comes into their mind? What words come into their mind? So I decided, because before I left Cameroon and I came to Dubai, I was into music. So a lot of people will always, when they mention music, they will come in or when they mention my name, it's always Ekilin music and all that. But I did clean that slate of mine and I rebrand myself and I position myself now to be a real estate agent and a real estate property consultant. So that's how you need to rebrand yourself, keep yourself at the pace where if anyone mentions your name, they already know, okay, if I have a property and I want to sell and it's within Douala, who can I contact? I think this girl, she has been doing sales. I've been hearing a lot about her. Referrals are coming. And that landlord or that landowner will contact you and say, this is my land, I want to sell, please. Can you get me clients for it? Like that. Because during the time that you're walking around that area, you've created a certain portfolio for yourself that a lot of people can recommend you. Your name is being mentioned in areas where you are not even there, and people get to refer you to other people. And that's how you get clients coming your way. Sometimes you don't even need to advertise. People will come and meet you with their properties and say, please, I want to sell my property. I was told you're the best in the field. You have lots of connects. You know how to advertise. So now, within your own self now, say you jump into the market, you need to bring in something that makes you unique from all the other agents. Though you have, Stephanie clearly said, when you join, be with other agents that are already in the field. Yes, learn their ways, learn them everything. But they always say this, learn and unlearn the bad things that you witness within your studies. And learn new things that makes you different from your master. You cannot be a copycat of your master, right? You can never be a copycat of your master. So you need to bring in something that is different, something that makes you unique. Now, it's that extra uniqueness that makes you excel your career, that extra spice. Now, if everyone is using Facebook, they take pictures, 4 pictures, they stand wherever, how they do it, they take pictures and they post and say, we have land like this. They say, take pictures, they take pictures. Now, if you look at their pictures that they are posting on Facebook, I mean, they are advertising a property on Facebook, the marketing they're doing for that property on Facebook, and their own personal pictures that they want to snap and try to, let's say for a man who wants to lure in ladies, you know, he will always make it look nice with filter and everything. If you compare those 2 pictures, those 2 images, they're stupid. You can see that he is clearly investing his resources, making himself look more nicer than what he's marketing. You need to make what you're marketing looks great to the face of any person who wants to buy. You can't go and take a picture of a home or maybe a house you want to rent and it's all dirty inside and you're posting it on Facebook and saying, you can come and rent this apartment, I have it for rent. No, you should tell the landlord, I can make your apartment. This is the phrase I always use. This is the phrase I always use for all the clients that when I'm approaching a landlord, I always approach this is my word. Hi, sir, my name is Akili Prince. I see you have a 2-bedroom apartment, which you have for rent. And he will be like, yes, it's still available? Yes, it's still available. I said, see, sir, I have a platform that I can advertise your property on it. And within 2 weeks, I can assure you that this property will be rented or maybe it will be sold. And the client will be like, which platform is that? I said, it's our company premium platform. And on it, I can optimize your listing or your advertisement or market your property in a way that it will attract more people. The exposure will be huge of over 500 leads daily. His head is already like, boom. If you're getting 500 people contacting you for one property or the traffic you're getting daily for your website or your platform, 500 people, he's like, okay, that means I trust you enough that if I give you this property to market on your platform, you will do great on it. It means within 2 weeks, it will be gone. Sometimes I do that just to get the property. And when I advertise, it takes me like maybe 3 weeks or maybe a month to either rent out that property or sell. Okay. So now if I can do that, and I succeed in selling, or maybe let's say if I do that and the landlord gives me the key of the property and say, okay, go and check out the property. Now I need to go take professional photos, not any kind of photos, professional photos. So even if I'm going with my phone, I need to make sure I'm getting clear image. If the image is dark, I will take my time to edit that image and make sure that it is visible enough that the person can see from the entrance to the outside, the view they will get, where the living room is, the bedroom is, and everything, the kitchen. If it's dirty, I will tell the landlord, this is dirty, please, can you invite a cleaning company to do a deep cleaning for the apartment before I take the pictures? And sometimes you need to explain to them to understand that it is good that if a client walks in here for viewing, let us see something that is ready for them to move in and start staying, not something that is still dirty. It's not appealing to marketing. And trust me, if a wise landlord will listen and change the whole perspective, and that's how you start. So make sure you put in clean images out there. Don't put in those things I keep seeing, I swear.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr.
Now,
Ikili.
if you go on Facebook, there is a group I created. It's called Cameroon Real Estate Market.
Okay.
I censors anything that is not of real estate inside that group. So if you post a picture, I can see. If you post something that is not real estate connected, like it's not connecting to real estate, I will delete it immediately and block you probably. So that's what I do. But a lot of the people that have been posting so far, they're posting their real estate contents inside, advertising it to other clients that have joined. It has already, I think, like 1,000 plus members already. So I wish that this group, it will keep increasing. A lot of people will join it, and who knows, it might just turn out someday. I'm hoping to create a platform where if you take pictures like that and you bring in to advertise a property, it will be deleted. Because for now, the only way that Cameroons can market their Cameroonian agents can market their properties or rent out or do marketing for their properties, either rent or buy, it's only through Facebook. Is there any other medium that you guys are using? I know of other websites that are existing, but they're not people. Yeah, LinkedIn. We keep the social. It's just Facebook, LinkedIn. They're not you making use of a proper platform that entire Cameroonians can know that, okay, if I come on this platform, it's all about property. That kind of a platform is not there, and that kind of a platform needs to be unique. It needs to be of a platform that it eliminates fake agents. I was discussing with one Cameroonian guy who is here in Dubai. He too is a real estate property consultant here in Dubai, and I told him, "See, brother, look at what we are enjoying here in Dubai. You know, before we joined, we went through education, we studied, then we got the license, and now we are practicing real estate. How can we incorporate this, take it back to Cameroon and make it so that we can kill away all these fake agents that are in the market? Because we see a lot of times clients abroad, you know, they're complaining how they bought lands from people that have sold that lands to treat, you know, to 10 other people. And that's like a big problem. So how can we solve this? And he said, we can solve this if we connect to the government and say, this is a portal where you can study and you obtain your license. This license is approved by the government, and only those that have this license can practice real estate within Dubai, within Cameroon. If we can get that option in Cameroon, trust me, all these fake agents, because if an agent is able to sell a land, it will be stated that this agent on this license number, this sold the land, and it can be verified. If you're dealing with a fake agent in Dubai, there's a portal where you can go there, you check my name, and you will find my name written as a licensed agent in Dubai. If I'm a fake licensed agent, you will not find my name on it. So that's how you get clients here in Dubai. They imagine in Cameroon that if you want, a client lives US, comes to Cameroon and wants to buy a land and say, okay, I want to buy a land from Simon. But Simon, are you a registered real estate agent in Cameroon? Are you allowed to practice real estate in Cameroon? And you'd be like, yeah, you can check me out on the portal. I'm registered, I'm licensed. Even if you show your card, the person can go and check on that portal and confirm from themselves that you are a licensed property consultant. You are allowed to practice real estate in Cameroon. Trust me, the person will trust you more to deal with you, for you to sell the property or rent the property to them, than dealing with someone who does not have that license. So things like this is something I was discussing sometime with Stephanie, and I was discussing it with one other Cameroonian guy. His name is Eric. And someday, hopefully, we will come out with that idea and be able to solve this issue of fake agents in the market.
All right, Mr. Ikili.
Prince.
Prince.
Nah,
okay,
it's a Kili Prince. Just say Prince.
Okay, thank you very much for your contribution. It was really powerful. I saw Mr. Veshela Shin had a hand up. He probably had a question.
Okay.
If he's still there, then he should ask his question. Mr.
You guys
Veshela,
can ask
are you
questions.
there?
If you have some input, please unmute yourself and talk so we can all share
Mr.
ideas.
Veshela.
I'm willing to learn because I have to buy another property in Cameroon again. I'm working towards it. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Veshela, thank you. Please ask your question.
Network.
Oh la la. It seems he's having some network problem. Can you hear us?
Your network is
Your network is very
really
poor.
bad.
I'm getting that in.
Your network is really poor. Any other person has got a question, please?
Maybe he can write the question.
Yeah, if you can write, I will read it.
Mr. Veshela, please, can you write the question? And we also have, can you hear me?
Good.
Okay, we have Mr. Agbo Hernandez. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. It's a nice time. Thank you so much.
Greetings, Mr. Agbo.
Yes.
We're very happy for this platform which Madam Stephanie has provided for us all to meet and discuss about real estate.
Yes. Thank you very much, everybody. Madam Stephanie, about a year now, and it's been so amazing. Thank you for the host and the co-hosts who have given us this platform to really enjoy what we love. Real estate is a passion for me, and all those who have been talking, the speakers have been so powerful. Thank you, sir, from Dubai. I'm so inspired to hear you talking and to see that we have the same mindset and we are all together. And I also look forward to learning from your world of experience and making sure that this industry becomes concrete and becomes much more organized in Cameroon, because the problem we have now in Cameroon is disorganization. But I believe that we are going to fix this over time, and with the continuous and resilient attitude that we have already put forth, I think we're going to do bigger things. Now, I have a question. You were talking about the issue of reselling and reselling properties. Now, when it comes to this issue of one person selling a land to 10 persons, I've really never encountered that in my career. I started this in 2019, though still learning a lot and still at the elementary level. I want to ask that how do you manage people, or let me say landlords, who practice reselling? Because the problem does not only end from agents, it comes sometimes from landlords who resell a land to more than 2 persons. How do you handle that? How do you discover? How do you know that track that kind of scenario? Because I've seen a case where a landlord sold a land to 3 different persons and then traveled out of the country. He was nowhere to be found. He was nowhere to be tracked. And the whole matter is in court now. And these 3 persons are in serious issues. How do we do to track a situation like this? And what do we do to solve this kind of problem? I don't know if you've ever had that kind of scenario. Thank you.
Okay, can I say something?
Yes, Madam Stephanie, you can either answer or Mr. Prince.
All right. If you can hear me, what I can say is if the landlord is nowhere to be found. And if these 3 people, they have documents, like they have written documents or signed documents that prove that they had bought this piece of land, they should go now by the date to see who actually bought first. From the date, they're going to know who actually bought first, and that's the person whom is going to have that land as his own. That is, since the man is nowhere to be found, and that's the only way that they can actually know who actually owns the piece of land. And another way to solve problems like this, not this particular problem, is that we can come up with a database where anybody that owns a piece of land in Cameroon is being registered. This is something that needs to be done at the level of the government, where they have a database where anybody that owns property in Cameroon is being registered under that database. Like, then immediately a new person buys a piece of plot, say in Moliko, the government should work in partnership with MTN, Orange, Nextel, Yomi, and other networks like that, so that immediately somebody buys a piece of property, an SMS will be sent to all land or property owners that this person has bought this piece of land in this particular town, in this particular location and area. Once that is done, everybody now knows, or every landlord now knows that, or they can even make it such that it goes to everybody's phone. Everybody now knows that, okay, this is the new owner of this particular land. And then the only person that should sell that person is that owner. And in any case where it is not that man that is selling, nobody should buy from that person. That is something that the government should make it known like that. And then when that person buys, his name is already updated in the database. Okay, the only next person that can sell is him. So there's no way that a C person is going to come and sell. And if that man decides to I'm seeing another question coming up from Mr. Hernandez. Cameroon has laws that are actually not implemented. That's one serious problem that we actually face in Cameroon. So this one is something that even the government itself has to sit up to see how this particular problem is going to be solved. Because if the government sits up, the landlords sit up, and the agents themselves, they sit up, this problem will be solved, because it cannot be solved from one party or from one part of it. So I think that if the government can come up with that kind of a database, it's going to eliminate this issue of one person selling properties to 10 persons. So if Mr. A sold a property to Mr. B, the next person that can sell that property is Mr. B and not Mr. A again. So if Mr. B decides to sell to Mr. C, there's no way that Mr. C can sell that property to another person. Only Mr. B is allowed to sell. So well, if B gives to C, C now will be the one to sell to D. There's no way that Mr. A will ever come into the property to sell that particular property again. So that's a database that I think they can work on and come up with something like that. And then the landlords themselves, they should also, I don't know if we are going to pray for them, or we are also going to create a seminar to talk to them. Let them know you cannot sell a piece of land to one person and then another person comes and then you sell.
Especially Bakary landlords, especially in the Bakary land here. We are having that situation.
And then for the agents who are double selling, I really do not even understand how they do that. Because I think before any client buys, a client should know that you need to have education, either from the agent himself, or you do your own personal research on that piece of land before you buy. If you don't know where or how to do it, you can use common sense that, okay, let me ask this other person that is next, maybe the house that is closer to that land. Or you ask the next person that owns the next land for you to ask who actually owns this place. Or if it's that you're going to, you might think that you will be double crossing. At least you should do your research. You can go to land office to understand that, okay, this place has it been sold to so many people. There are so many ways we can go about it, but we have a country that in itself, it needs to be. That's why I said that this problem is supposed to be solved on both the agent's part, the landlord's part, and the government's part of it. And I think, like I earlier said, if the government can come up with this database, there will be no way that there's going to be double selling. If A sells, A will never sell that particular property again, never in his life. If Mr. B bought and B has decided to give it to C, Mr. B will never have an access to sell that property, never again. It's only Mr. C who has bought now that will have an access to sell. And immediately any of these people buy, the system updates immediately, like this is the new owner of this particular piece of property. I think that's the way that they can solve that problem. Then for this particular case, Mr. Hernandez came up with, let the person who has the earlier date own that particular piece of land. That's what I can see.
All right, Madam Stephanie, thank you very much.
So just to add,
question.
I tell you, she did great. She did amazing. Stephanie, thank you very much. You did great. So just to add to it, here in Dubai, it's exactly what we do practice. Now, I cannot rent out a property, even if I rent out that property to any person here. There is a paper which the person must register in the government that they're staying in that property, that property has been rented. So a landlord cannot rent out the property to two people at the same time. So if I enter into a contract, or let's say as I'm an agent, and a landlord comes and say, okay, I want you to rent out my property. If I finally get a client who wants to rent out that property, who wants to rent the property, and I rent it out, now this client gets a tenancy contract. This contract must be attested by the government, and it goes into that same database which Stephanie is trying to place. So we have that same database here. So you can tell for each unit who is staying where. Each unit, you can know who exactly is staying where, in which apartment, which building. So that's how it is here. And sales too is the same thing. You cannot sell from point A to point B without going through the government. But ours, the way we operate in Cameroon is like, okay, take this is the money, let's sign this paper agreement, bye-bye, gone. This person go, this is my land. That is not your land because it is not recognized by the government. Why? The fact that you have a piece of paper, 10 people can have that same piece of paper, same signature and everything. But you need to take it to we have a trustee office, that's what we call it here. That's specialized offices which the government has given them the power hand to update the system. Okay, the government has given them a power hand to update the system. It's like you have MTN, then someone opening a franchise of MTN somewhere, like a small branch of MTN where you can still buy communication credit. You must not go to MTN head office to go buy the communication credit. I can own a franchise of MTN maybe in a small city. It's the same thing. So this platform, if it can be created in Cameroon, where I believe that I'm still discussing with some guys. I just hope that we can, build together this knowledge with Stephanie and this Eric guy and some few other tech in our Silicon Valley guys back in Boya. I would really love to work with them on this. And we can present this with the government and say, if the government wake up and say, every land, if you own a piece of land in Cameroon, report it to the government. Even if you don't have a land title yet, just report it. Because here in Dubai, we have a sales purchase agreement, which is the first thing you get. Then the second, which is still recognized by the government and is updated in the system. The second thing is called OCOT. It's not the title deed, it's the pre-title deed of that property. It's after a period that you get your title deed for that property. You see, so there are 3 steps, and all these 3 steps are recognized by the government. So if you can do, sales purchase agreement is mostly issued when you're buying off-plan properties, when the property is not there, because the government wants to see the property before they give you the OCOT. And when they're doing handover, they give OCOT. Then after, when you finalize and everything, you're living in the property, then they give you the title deed. So those are the steps. So if we can create that platform and take it to the government and present it, and the government sees the need for it to eliminate all these other agents and fake landlords selling lands, reselling for many people, trust me, it will greatly help the real estate industry in Cameroon. You guys will find a boom in the industry because
and
every agent now.
Meeting, right? So that those concerns can listen and actually hear our grievances. Listen and then put our grievances into consideration. So if they put this into consideration, I think more and more people will enter into real estate entrepreneurial.
That's it. So there will be a boom in the industry because every agent will be licensed by the government. And here in Dubai, whenever, if someone comes and say, oh, I sold the land, like for example, let's say I sold, if I wake up and say, I sold this property yesterday, you closed the deal yesterday, yes. Where would they check? We have a database. We have records of where they sold that property. So I would just go and check, you said you sold the property in Douala. Douala, which part in Douala? Bonamusadi, Douala, Bonamusadi. Was it an apartment or a town, a villa? An apartment in Bonamusadi. It will pop there. Tell me the unit number. If it's unit number 1, unit number 2, it will show. We will put the unit number 2 and it's going to pop in the system, and it will show the new owner. It will show the previous the previous owner, and it will show the new owner, because that new owner will be updated in the system. So this is very possible, like what Stephanie said. You can register they can make all these MTN offices become the trustee office, where you can go there and register that you're buying this land from this person who is the owner, and they register it in the system, so that if someone wants to resell, it will be impossible. It will be impossible to resell that land to 10 people. Yeah, because unless maybe the MTN agents will sit there and say, no, let's get some small bribe and change the name to 50 people. Because I know that many things are possible in Cameroon when money is concerned. So, but if the government puts a strict policy on it, it will really, really help. It will be a real estate boom. It will change things, because I know that if I'm buying a land, it's genuine. I know the agent I'm buying from is registered. The land, I can see the previous I'm dealing, I can see the document name is it's Stephanie. Okay, Stephanie is the one selling to me. I can see it there. Okay, Stephanie sells the land to me. Stephanie is no longer the owner. I am the owner now. It's changed in the system. I am the owner. You want to buy, you check in the system if this this property is owned by me, Prince, and you check, you say, okay, now it's owned by Prince. I want to buy from Prince. So that's the yeah.
All right. We have Mr. Samuel. We have Mr. Samuel in the house. Hello, Mr. Samuel. Please chip in something.
Hello, Mr. Samuel.
Hello, Lisa.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Again.
Thank you for joining us.
So yeah, definitely.
We are very happy to have you, Mr. Samuel.
Thank you so much. I'm listening with you are all with a lot of interest, you know. So that's why we start this conference, because those concerns that you have, we believe you are gotta come up with solution for it. You can't wait for the government. So that's normal. The reason we start this thing. Yeah, there's a need. Somebody have to solve it. These needs, like the one in Dubai, you saw how they do it over there. You have to bring it to Cameroon. The way you solve it is to go and get your friends. You are talk about it first. You are get together. You are chip in with ideas. It's not always money. You just talk about it. Because most of these big companies you are seeing in the US, they work together. They're just people who they get together and create this big company like that you see all over the world. The 2, 3, 4 people get together and started it. They don't have money, they put idea together, because the most important thing in anything is people. People, not money. If you go after people looking for money, before you put people together, you're wasting your time, because you will never have it. So very impressive. I would love to do this event again, many times, so that people can benefit from it. So Lisa, thank you for the opportunity. And again, I'm listening to this with a lot of interest. Me
Thank
too,
you very much, sir.
I'm learning a lot, you know, and that's how we're doing this. Again, I told Lisa, we have created a group for this conference, for these events, so that everybody will participate, who present here, we can share the contact in that group so that we can get together, we can grow our network and share ideas. Then the government is people. The government, when you hear government is people, the idea of putting a database for license real estate agent, that's a great idea. The government will not do that. But if you go to the government and say that, yeah, you want to work on it, maybe somebody will tell you, okay, how it works. Because these people in the government, they don't know much here. I'm going to tell you this. They really don't know much.
Yeah, they don't know.
They don't know. You have to tell them. Because you say about government, you think about government. The government is you. Some people out there just because they've been put over there to, you know. But, and again, very impressive presentation. And, you know, and let's keep doing it. Thank you very much.
So, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for those wise words. And then I would love to say this, please, I will need your contact so I can add you up. I would really love to have this meeting with you all, with a larger audience, so that I won't be the only person to benefit from this great knowledge, but other people really have the right to hear this from the horse's mouth, of course. It's true that we are going to have this video published on our YouTube page, but I would really love to have this some other time, and maybe why not some other things, share ideas on how to make our society a better place. So I would love to have your contacts after the meeting. I shared mine through the messages. I shared mine on the message box, so you can just get it from there and maybe give me a text on WhatsApp, and then I will add you up. So we have beaten records by going above time. Normally on our flyer, it's stated from 5. The meeting is supposed to take place from 5 o'clock p.m. to 6 o'clock p.m. and we're actually almost 7 o'clock p.m. So that's really really long. And when the video is too long, it becomes boring for people to watch. That's
Definitely.
why
But
some
you
of the
edit
people,
it. Edit it. Take the
yeah,
whole video,
we edit
cut
it,
the
but
good
sometimes
part.
when something we don't even need to edit it. Sometimes when something is long but interesting, you don't even see the time passing.
That's
You
the
just
thing.
enjoy it. You just enjoy it. You
Watching
just
it till
discover
the
that
end.
you
Because
just
of the
discover
knowledge that
that
is
two
being
hours
poured
have
out.
gone by without you. Voila, you just need someone who is really determined and knows what he or she wants to really
Exactly.
watch that kind of length video. So thank you all very much. Remember to get my number and text me on WhatsApp. Mr. Prince, I actually sent you a friend request. Maybe you can reply. Mr. Agbo, I tried searching you on Facebook, but I did not really, I could not find you. I could not find your profile on Facebook. Maybe you can send me a friend request. I'm Lisa Beebe on Facebook. Send me a friend request.
Okay.
I'll answer immediately. Madam
No
Stephanie,
problem.
thank you very much. Mr. Nick, thank you so much for coming. I hope you learned something. It was a pleasure having you all here, and I must tell you, I'm not going back the same. I've been really, in fact, I'll go out there and tell people about real estate as if I was a real estate entrepreneur or as if I was. Okay, so thank you all very much for coming. Thank you very much for taking out time from your busy schedule to join us on this weekly meeting. Just so you know, we have these meetings coming up every Friday, and every Friday we have a different team with a different speaker. So last week we were talking something different. We were talking about cybersecurity. This week we are talking real estate, and next week we'll probably be talking about something different. So I hope to see you all here next week on Friday. So thank you very much for coming. Are there some final words?
Final words.
Madam Stephanie,
Well,
do you have
I
something
don't.
to say? Mr. Prince, do you have something to say? And Nick, do you have something to say?
I don't really have too much to say. I can only say that I am really happy that I met you all here, and I can really feel your interest. I really wish to work with you guys someday in the future, and that we can build these real estate dreams. I also want to make sure that if I am being mentioned somewhere and say, oh, Ekili Prince, I want to hear Stephanie's name being mentioned. I want to hear your name, Simon. I want to hear Lisa being mentioned. So please, not just me. We shouldn't build this dream all by ourselves or just alone. We should build this as a community. I'm always open and ready to assist anyone. Reach out to me and trust me, I will share my knowledge with you for free. What I learn, I always want to give it out. And I can say I know best everything, but the little I know, I am always willing to dish out this knowledge. And I'm always open to work with anyone who is always open to work with me. I'm a people person anytime. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Prince. Madam Wang, do you have anything to say? Any final words?
Definitely, I'm going to I want to thank Mr. Ekeli. I want to thank Mr. Hernandez and his friend, the evangelist. I think he knows himself. And I also want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to share what I already know, what I have put into practice, and what I have done to become an entrepreneur. So I will just leave us with one word, that it's not good to be everywhere. Choose one industry and build in it. Choose one and build in it, because you cannot do so many at once, because you're going to have a diverse attention, and you'll not be able to focus. So let's focus and have the results. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Hernandez, any final word? Can you hear me? Okay. While waiting for Mr. Hernandez to come back, I don't know what's wrong. We'll just
all right.
Okay.
I'm right here.
Okay,
Excited.
please write on, sir.
Yeah, actually, I'm so happy for the speakers. I've learned a lot. And I mean, I used to feel like I was alone in this industry in Cameroon, in Southwest region, but inspires me so much, and I'm to learn more. And I this whole idea we are starting today. I hope to learn a lot and to grow in industry from the experts. All it. Thank you so much, guys. It was so
Okay, I don't know if it was my network or but I did not hear you very well.
all right. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for everything. I was so excited. Like I said, sorry, my connection tripped. I learned a lot, and I can't wait to see the next edition for us all. I mean, it's so impressive that we have seen where passion and purpose are coming together, and from here we can start building a better future for real estate in Cameroon. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so that will be all for today, and I hope to see you all next Friday on another edition of our weekly Zoom meetings. For now, it's a bye-bye. I don't know if it's a good morning or a good afternoon, a good evening from wherever you're joining us from.
It is
Have a nice time.
9:47 p.m. and I'm here replying to a client.
Okay.
Bye-bye, guys.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you.